record this part. All right, awesome, guys. So here we're gonna quickly look ahead and see some examples, right, to give you guys an overview or a refresher on how to actually look at this market, guys. Any questions you have, I don't care if you just signed up today, type it in the chat. This is your opportunity to get that next level assistance, right, to take you to the next level. So guys, we have alerts coming in left and right, and I love this thing because, right, I'm a night trader. I like to trade at nights when there's nobody bugging me, no mom, no, hey, where's this, hey, no. I need me time, and I got my headphones in, playing music. I am analyzing the market, getting in my rhythm, right? It's very important that you're able to get in this right headspace. And by looking at this, right, you're able to see so many different trade ideas, guys. And if you guys don't really see how much value you guys have at your hands, this is essentially free money coming in, obviously with implying our very own analysis just to kind of sweeten the deal, per se. So this goes off of a point scale system here. You get alerted notifying what currency pair, right, is taking place. You get notified if you will buy or sell. You get told a rough entry, right, when to enter the market. And it lets you know, right, the strength meter. And we'll touch base about it just shortly. So here, guys, the simplest way to break down these 7 steps, and I hope you guys are taking notes, right? So the first one here, we have an alert here notifying us of a sell opportunity. As we can see here, anything you would need that you would normally use on TradingView, you have it on Cash-Trap, which makes it that much easier to trade off of using your very own broker account without kind of cutting TradingView out from the mix, right? Here, guys, this currency pair for NZUSD, we're examining it on a 5-minute time frame, right? And then from here, we see an alert for a sell position. So for me, coming into the markets on a daily basis, you want to be, one, aware of the news that's actually going on around you, right? We know currencies are moved by news, right? These are worldwide currencies. So you want to check the news just to make sure that you are not trading a currency pair that is currently going or having some type of news, right? And this is very important because you could avoid making little mistakes. For example, you have all the signals, all the right indications to go in, for example, a buy, and the market completely tanks and you're questioning what happened. One of my common mistakes was that I was trading a currency who either had a red flag or was experiencing some type of news. So it was very, very important for me to go ahead and be aware of that, right? Now, you'll see, you know, the date, the time, what currency pairs, and you'll see a bunch of different colored flags. I closely just pay attention to those that are red flagged. There are different educators and traders out there that do trade with news or against news. But I currently don't. I just like to avoid whatever currency pair is flagged red at around that time. So I wouldn't trade this currency pair till maybe about the evening. Once kind of news has passed and the markets began to build its rhythm once more. So after that, what I then go ahead and do is that I come into the currency strength meter. It's a free website that you guys are able to then go ahead and access. And this essentially tells you where the market essentially is moving, which currency pairs are a bit stronger than others. So essentially here we can see, for example, let's say Euro JPY, right? So we see Euro has a total about 5 bars in comparison to JPY, who only has 2. We see that Euro is leading in strength, meaning that this is a position, right? If you were looking to invest in this currency, we see the market is pushing towards a buy, meaning this market is moving up, right? So you wouldn't look to sell this currency pair, right, unless you have, right, the adequate amount of numbers of points, I mean, for that trade, right? So here you essentially want to go with the flow of the strength meters. For me especially, right, it gives me much more peace of mind knowing that it's not a matter of if it will clear, it's just a matter of when and adding some time. So guys, when trading, right, now looking into Hourglass, right, I start to then sign into my broker account. I then go ahead and look at the currency pair that was notified. I then, right, you have to set an amount of time per trade, right? When trading Cash Trap, every trade position is started off as a 3-minute position. This then leaves you time, if additional time is needed, right, advised by an educator or a mentor that you're trading with, right, to roll over a total amount of 2 times, right, 2 additional times. So for example, if you started trading, you took a trade for 3 minutes, and you rolled over a position because it's not yet cleared, and it still needs a bit more time to go in the market you desire, it then adds, right, more time, but it also increases your position amount. What does that mean? Well, we know that in HFX you get paid out per percentages, right? $10 investment, 70% profit, you get paid out $7 in minutes, right? Now, let's say you were to roll that over. Now, instead, right, of it being a $10 trade and a 3-minute position, you're now taking a 6-minute trade, right, over the course. You've added additional 3 minutes, right? So now it's a total of a 6-minute trade, and that $10 trade increased by 30%. So now it is a $13 trade, right? If you were to roll over an additional time, you're talking about now $16.90 with an overall time frame of that trade to be 12 minutes, right? I don't like to roll over past that unless for some whatever reason. I'm like, this one right now is actually setting up so nicely for a sell position, and I want to explain why. So guys, how we know that this is actually a valid trade? Well, I first look at this, I looked at it, it is calling a sell position, right? My first indication would be that for a sell, we're looking at this chart, right? And it looks a bit intimidating for someone with, you know, a new set of eyes of traders, right? Here you're going to see some red and green lines. These are known as our Bollinger Bands, an indicator, right? All of these are additional indicators used to help us know where the market will be going, in which direction it will head to, so that we could become profitable in that direction to buy or sell. So here we essentially see for a sell position, we want market to be at or around our red Bollinger Bands, right? That will give us our first point. Our second point we would see is our red arrow. That lets us an indication that the market is signaling that the market will drop. That's our second confirmation, right? Now, moving below, you will see our EMA. You also see these lines here, right above these wicks, which I'll touch base on, which essentially are mini support lines and resistance already given to you, making it that much easier for you to know how high or how low it's going to go before the market actually goes in the direction you want it to, making it that much simpler for you to do your analysis. So we have 1, red Bollinger Band. 2, we have our red arrow, right? 3, we have support and resistance lines. 4, we have our EMA line down here. There's red line down here. Then you do have these S and Bs down below. This indicator is letting you know whether a sell position or a buy position is coming up. It doesn't come on too frequently for buys and sells, but when it does serve as a 5th confirmation, right? Bollinger Bands, red arrow, support and resistance, EMA, and S's and B's. So that's the 5th confirmation. Sorry guys, I had to get through that one. That was a lot. And then finally, we're going to move on below to our stochastic and our RSI, which essentially are right down below. Similarly, mimic very similar moves. We can see they kind of mirror each other. Essentially, they mirror the market in the same way. So here, this gives you a total of a 7-point trade, possible 7-point trade, right? So how many points does this trade essentially have? Well, we can see that price is at a red Bollinger Band. It has a red arrow, right? It is at a line of resistance, right? This is our red line of resistance. So that's 3. So that already gives us a 3-point trade. A 3-point trade is a good trade. You could take a 3-point trade and have a 70 or so % chance of clearing that trade. You might need to add some time, but a 3-point trade is great. I recommend a minimum of 4, right? Because usually once you've already acquired a 4th point, you don't have to initially roll over that next position, right? You already give yourself time before getting into the market so that when you do get in, you can limit yourself in how many times you actually have to roll over. Jesus, my phone is getting blown up, guys. Sorry. So now, this is already a 3-point trade just along with the Bollinger Band, resistance line, and red arrow. Now, we also then move down. Our EMA is below. If it was above, then we would go ahead and validate it. But now, looking down below, we see a buy, which is what is signaled for the call before, but we don't see an S just yet. But that's fine, because if we move down to our stochastic and RSI, for each one, it's an additional point for each one. So now it takes you from a 3 to a 5-minute trade, and all you had to do was give it some time, right? And how do we know exactly when to go in? Well, you're given an entry point. It lets you know that around 427 was your ideal entry. And if you look at this 427, if I would have gone in at 427, where this dotted line is at, you would be in clear profits right now, in massive profits, by going in exactly when it tells you. There are times where you could get a way better entry, and obviously a better entry, never a problem. So now we can see, and this is, I'm glad that this shows up, because a lot of times people will still be in the mix of a trade, right? Which is key as to why we do 3-minute positions when we're looking at a 5-minute time frame rather than doing a 5-minute trade, because it gives you enough time for the market to still continue to go on in the direction you desire, right? Without having to give a full 5 minutes. You can clear it and be done with it in 3, then great. So here, essentially, now it's flipping over and giving you a call position. However, if you would have already entered at 427 when you had that put position for selling, you would have already cleared in the 3 minutes, because market is down here and it's already been well over 5 minutes. So that trade would have already cleared itself. You need one candlestick to clear it, and that's it. Do you guys see how easy it is? You don't need to see all these massive blues or massive reds, candlesticks and trends. No, in HFX, all you need is one candlestick to get you in and out of the bag. That is all. And if you ever see, boom, love that it actually appeared. Now you see that the S appeared. Now this 5-point trade just turned itself into a 6-point trade. And this isn't even counting the currency strength meter, because we can see the currency strength meter is actually going against it. We see NZD USD. Let me actually refresh it here just to make sure. Right? We can see NZD in comparison to USD. NZD is leading. It's much higher than USD, signaling the market will go up. Right? So here it's important that even though we had the 5 points, even though the currency strength meter indicated differently, that means you can still come in and get profitable in 3 minutes before the market actually ends up going in the direction it's indicating the strength to be. It's really that simple. And now you see the S was added, right? So you might not get all of the indicators all at once, but you'll see how they start flowing, and it's all a matter of time. If you would have rolled over this position, guess what? You would be about to clear, or have already cleared it, even if you had added an additional 3 minutes, right? And this is why I love this strategy. Even though it says call, I know my position and my entry is solidified, and my clear is literally good as mine if I have anything above 4 and 5 points. 4 points, great. 5 points and on, phenomenal trade. If I have a 5-point trade and above, I could actually walk away from my computer and feel confident enough that my trade was still clear, and I have to be looking at my screen like, oh my God, you're right by my entry. No, or holding my breath, feeling like I'm about to pass out. Right? So this is the beauty. Oh my God, that was amazing. That was actually a beautiful entry right there. If anyone took that sell, I mean, yo, sheesh. 60% just man, that was a beauty, guys. So that's just pretty much a brief overview. If you guys have any questions, I am always open and available to answer any questions you guys may have. I definitely encourage to invite more people to use these different add-ons, right? To be able to leverage more ways of making more income, guys. You guys could be 90% accurate along with educators like Maddie Pips, along with educators who have 8-figure accounts. And as long as you stay consistent, plugging in every single day and putting in the time, it is already yours. So with that being said, fam, do you guys have any questions? I'll give you guys about a minute to drop them in the chats or so. But other than that, if you guys were able to walk away or learn something of value, please type A777 in the chat, family. I appreciate all of you guys who stayed to the very end of this call, guys. It really means a lot to continue to do this and partner up with Bezzy and Steph. What they have going on is truly amazing because it's allowing mentorship, right, on another level, and really allowing ourselves as students, right, normal people, to learn a skill set and then be able to teach others. Imagine passing this on to your kids, this knowledge that you've now acquired, to your loved one, nieces, nephews, sisters, brothers, right? Maybe our parents don't have the opportunity, but now we have the vehicle to give us, right, the lifestyle that we desire. So thank you so much, family. I love and appreciate you guys. I cannot wait to see you guys on the next one. Let's see, hold on. When trading with Cash Trap, you set your trading view. I mark up on the 5-3 and the 1 minute time frame. That's what I do it on, since Cash App doesn't let you do it on, I think, on the 3 minute. It only lets you do it on the 5 and 1. So I do 5, 3, and 1, which I can go more into detail on next week's session, guys. More into depth about supporting and resistance and actually leveraging the ones that are already in place with the actual Cash Trap. So with that being said, fam, love you guys. Take care. Have a blessed evening and get ready, guys, for the next session of Megathon. Take care, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.